So Mr. Shingo came back 2 hours later again and said, "What do you see?"
Nothing.
Actually, Mr. Onao said, I see there's some opportunity. He's getting a little smarter now. His legs are getting tired. And Mr. Shingo said, well, I'll see you again in 2 hours. So he came back.
We went through the overview course. My thoughts were very negative. Words like, gee, that doesn't apply to what I do. That isn't our business. Those examples really aren't applicable. Someplace in the middle of the course, my brain began to work a little bit. And it began to work in the sense of, gee, maybe the underlying principles of what are being talked about here today is important, and maybe I should go try and think about whether I can apply those underlying principles to the things I have to do.
So he came back 2 hours later, announced to his end of the day, and he asked Mr. Onao again, what have you learned?
Change is constant. I don't know.
Thanks, Russ. Actually, you can have a seat. This is exactly what occurred, and this is actually a true story, by the way. What he learned very quickly was that he told Mr. Shingo, well, I think I see opportunities for improvement. And on the blackboard, Mr. Shingo wrote the word Muda. And he said, you have to learn to see. Now, I'm sure everybody's heard of Dr. Womack, who wrote the book Lean Thinking and the follow-on visual mapping, Learning to See. The problem is that we do as instructors, engineers, professors, etc., is we make the process so complex nobody can see it. Just like you saw in the video of Lucy, yes, I could have shown you in an engine plant and you probably would have been bored. It wouldn't have been as comical. But the fact of the matter is, doesn't the Lucy assembly line resemble a lot what goes on in our companies today? But yet we don't empower organizations to even begin to understand. It's understanding the underlying principles and how to apply them on a holistic message versus doing it on your own. So